We're going to talk about corner to corner entrelac today. Corner to corner entrelac I like because it can be done in a square, rectangle. It's worked from the outside so you can determine how big you would like it to be, and it with a little bit of math you can figure out where your colors are going to fall. Once you do your first corner to corner block, you can figure out exactly how big each block will be because you gauge it, and then you can easily draw it out and decide how big your blanket will be. What we're going to do for this sample is we're going to chain 6. You can chain any length that you like, because with corner to corner these blocks can be any size that you like. It just will depend on your pattern. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to work into the second back bump from the loop and work our way across, and we will have 6 cast on. If you are right-handed, your left side will always be cast off with a normal return pass, and if you are left-handed, your right side will always be cast off with your normal return pass. And I'll explain this further as we go along. So we're going to do the normal return pass of 2 or 1, and then 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. We are going to, we've chained 5 or 6. So since we have a chain that we're working with of 6, we're going to do 5 rows, because that 5th row is going to give us the height that we need, since Tunisian is taller than it is wide. And then we're going to do the bind off row, and that will give us something that's very square, and that'll help with the entrelac that we're going to be doing for our other squares. So we have row 3, and as normal, when you cast on your last stitch, make sure you use your V. Cast off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have row 4, 2, and both of our, and we're going to cast those off as normal. And this will always curl because these swatches are so small. I've seen people do these a few different ways, but when you're done, most people add a border to corner entrelac, and as so do I. So we have 4 rows. We're going to do our 5th row. 3, 4, 5, and again our last stitch through both loops and cast off. Now to bind off, on our 5th row we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to bind off. We're going to chain 1. This chain 1 is going to give you this stitch here. If you just go straight across to bind off, you're going to end up with 1 less stitch. So then we're going to slip stitch in every stitch across, and then for our final stitch you're going to go through the 2 loops, yarn over, and then to finish we're going to yarn over and pull through, and we're going to cut our yarn. You see my kitchen scissors don't work so well for this. Pull your loop through and give it a tug. Now this is your first block that we've done. So, and since it's only 5 stitches, it's kind of small. So we're going to lay that out, and we're going to grab our white yarn. We're going to look at our sides, and we're going to go into this first. Let's see if I can get the camera to. We're going to go through our corner. I need to look behind the camera. We're going to yarn over and pull up our loop. You can start with a slip stitch if you choose. Now, we are going to chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go from the second, and we're going to cast on 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the key to this is you tug your tail a little bit tight and make sure that it is behind your work, which mine has somehow looped around. We're going to go into, this was our chain that we went into, so we're going to go back into this one, yarn over, and pull up a loop. That's going to give us 7 loops on our hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But it's going to bring this corner edge in real close, because when you cast off, you're going to go through 2. See the 2? And then through 2. So you've still got 6. Of course, I've got a hair stuck in mine. Now, you're always going to go through 2 loops when you do this. So you're going to cast on again 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and for 7, we're going to go into this one. We're going to cast off 2, and 2, and 2, and 2, and 2, and 2. I like this method because I seem like I get a cleaner when you just go through the one. To me, you get a longer elongated stitch, and it doesn't quite pull them together as close as I would like. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to go back into here, yarn over, and then we're going to pull through 2, 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 and pull through 2. Now we've got 3 rows. We're going to cast on 4, our 4th row, go into that outside loop and pull through 2. And a lot of this will play with your tension too. Originally when I started doing this, the first time I did it, when I cast off, I didn't do it real tight, so I had uneven tension, and that's kind of what I'm getting right here is the uneven, because I need to pull it a little bit tighter. But of course this is a tutorial to learn, and I'm a little nervous. We have cast on our next row, and then we're going to go into our stitch, and in order to snug that up a little bit, you just tighten your last stitch up, And when you yarn over and pull through, you're going to go through a bit on the tight side. Now we're to the row that we cast off. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our chain 1, and we're going to slip stitch and slip stitch and slip stitch. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now for our 7th one, we're going to go under our first loop here. You're going to yarn over. Ugh. Why is it so tight? We're going to yarn over and pull through. And that's going to be your first stitch when you cast on, because you're going to be working yourself across. So we're going to have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then our 6th one. So this loop will be your first loop that joins those. And so you're going to go under your next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull up a loop. We have 4 and 5 and 6. So we have our 6 cast on, and we're going to yarn over, and this is our edge. So we're going to do the standard cast off where you cast 1 and then 2 and then 2 and then 2 and then 2 and then 2, and then you're going to work 2, 3, 4. Excuse me, coughing. I am still getting over having a touch of pneumonia left. So we have our 6 on, and we're going to do the normal cast off. We're going to work row 3. And cast off. Row 4. Whoops, that's split. Work through your V. Cast off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Row 5. And cast off. And then for row 6, we're going to do the standard bind off, where we're going to do the chain 1 and slip stitch your way across. This yarn's splitting because I used this for another project. Whoops. we go. And then for this last stitch, we're going to yarn over and pull through. And we're going to cut our yarn. And if this video is dark or you can't understand something on it, I can make another one. Like I said, I've been a bit sick. And that gives you the corner to corner entrelac. Let's see if we can lay this out flat down here. Here we go. And like I said, this will roll a bit, but I found that a lot of times to steam block it, or even just to spritz it with water, I like to lay mine backwards. And if you spritz it that way and let it dry, if you kind of pull it the way you want it to and let it dry, it'll flatten it out. I usually add a border on all mine. I kind of like stuff that's frilly, but this can be made boy or girl. It doesn't matter. But you'll go into this next corner block over here and add your yarn and chain 6 again, or however many you want, and you will work the 5 rows, and then for your 6th row you're going to go up into this corner, which is the first stitch, and when you go through that first stitch, that's what you're going to pick up. That's going to be your first loop that you cast on, is this one. So thank you for watching, and I hope this answers your questions. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask below the video, and I will answer them. Thank you.